Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. This is Dominic Cicali, Mafia Roundtable. I want to thank everybody, as always, for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated, and it's really humbling. Thank you again. Also, I'd like to thank our sponsor, E.G. Vodka and Champagne D-Rock. If you want, go on egvodka.com, order your vodka. It'll be drop shipped to you. Excellent 100% organic vodka. There's different flavors. You'll love them all. It's a really good vodka, clean. And when I drink it next morning, it feels like I'm not even drinking. I don't get a headache. It's that clean. So go to egvodka.com, order your champagne and vodka. Now we'll go back to story time. This one has to do with Patty DeFilippo, and this is another reason why Vinny Basciano was looking to kill Patty, and that will come at a later podcast. So what had happened, there was a couple in our neighborhood. They were from the Frog's Neck section of the Bronx, Tommy and Rosemarie Uva. They were both on drugs, using a lot of cocaine, crack, bouncing all around the city, and they were known in the mob circles for robbing social clubs. She would be in the driver's seat of the car. He would go in with a gun and do stick-ups. So while the guys are playing cards, they'd wind up getting robbed. And they were pretty successful at it. They were hitting all the social clubs, I'm pretty sure in Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, all over the place. And it was to support their drug habit. So it was hard to put a locate on them. And I know, if I'm correct, it was the Gambinos, they wanted these two. They wanted their heads. They wanted them killed. So all of a sudden, it was months. Months went by. They finally met their demise. They were found shot to death. And I'm not sure the particulars. Like I said in the past, I don't look up stories. I just go off of what I was told and my history. So I asked Vinny, like, whatever happened? So we started talking, and this was one of the stories he came out and told me. He said, this fucking Patty's a dangerous motherfucker. I said, what do you mean? He says, you know he tried getting Anthony Donato killed. I says, no, I didn't know that. So Vinny went into the story. When the Uvas were found shot to death, Patty DeFilippo went to Joe Messino and said Anthony Donato killed them. Not even knowing. Now, Vinny, Anthony Donato, they were looking for this Tommy and Rosemarie Uva. And they didn't kill them. They didn't even find them. From what I was told, and I'm not accurate on it, I think somebody in the Gambino crime family wound up killing them. But Joe Messino took this, and I was told, went to the Gambinos and, said, don't worry about it. We took care of it. And they came back. What do you mean, we? You took care of it. We took care of it. So there was a sit down over it. Joe Messino says, no, we took. Joe, you're wrong. We took care of it. We have the guys I know personally. Whoever Joe sat down with, whether it was John Gotti, I don't know. It was Sammy the Bull. Again, I don't know. But it came back that Joe sent for Patty. Now, at the time, Anthony Donato wasn't a made guy, but Vinny Basciano was. So Patty calls him Vinny and said, Joe wants Anthony Donato's head. He wants to call for him, wants him to come in. So Vinny said, what happened? Well, I think I might have said that Anthony Donato was responsible for their deaths. Right away, Vinny went off on Patty. Patty, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're an asshole. And I believe Vinny when he told me that, even though it was his superior. Vinny was like that. Vinny would have definitely told Patty, you're a fucking punk. How dare you? Like, what the fuck? So Vinny prepped Anthony before, because Anthony was called in to see Joe. And Vinny told him, Anthony, just told him, you don't know what he's talking about. You never said anything like this to Patty. And, why are you even here? And lo and behold, that's what Anthony did. And it never, Joe, I guess, just swept it under the rug. It was okay. I look stupid, but All right. But Vinny never forgot that. And Vinny was like, Dom, this guy's really dangerous. And it's fucked up what he tried to do. And even Patty knew he better stick up for Anthony that day, because Patty could have just thrown him under the bus and nobody would have ever seen Anthony. But also Patty knew Vinny. And if Patty would have proceeded, because Patty's out would have been to Joe, this guy told me, Joe has to take Patty's word over it. So obviously Joe didn't say that because obviously Patty didn't say that to Joe because Anthony Donato wouldn't have been found after that. So Patty weaseled his way out of it. I misstated. I missed something. He did. Because Anthony came back. But Patty did know something happened with Anthony that Anthony wasn't seen again. Vinny would have definitely killed Patty quick. Because Vinny was really close with Anthony. And when I go into later stories with Vinny has over a dozen homicides under his belt. And Vinny always told me Anthony Donato was with him on every homicide. Always had his back, stand-up guy. I loved Anthony, great guy also, good family man, always level-headed. I have many stories with Anthony too. But that just shows how treacherous this life is. And to go back with this Tommy Uva, I think I was in probably the 6th grade. There was a roller rink called Stars Roller Rink. It was right under the Whitestone, by Whitestone movie theaters where was. There was a Howard Johnson's there. Right by, matter of fact, Monsignor Scanlon and St. Helena's was right there. And then you had Stars Roller Rink. Everybody used to go there. This one night, I'm with another couple, my girl. We're hanging out. We have a bottle of Tango, which is a vodka and a screwdriver. It's basically a screwdriver, vodka and orange juice. You know, cheap vodka. Your kids, what do we know? We have like a pint. We're all drinking it. We're hanging out. All of a sudden, this kid Tommy Uva comes. He said something. He was with another kid, Jeffrey something. They were known for doing drugs, and he had to be at that time, I think 4 or 5 years older than me. So we're just hanging out there. It's early in the night. It's dark because it's winter time. And I laughed. And he started a big thing. They wanted to shoot me. And like I had no clue. But my friend Bruce, who I was with, Canizaro, actually, grabbed him over the side. No, he doesn't know. He's younger. And he just left. But Uber definitely deserved it. He was just a wild child from even when we were younger. Always hooked on drugs. And, that hit was like one of the biggest hits because they were dubbed as the Bonnie and Clyde of the current times. So if you like that story, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We have many more to come, especially stories with Anthony Donato, Vinny. A lot more content will be coming out. Also, if you want to have a real good tasting vodka, go to egvodka.com, buy the vodka, buy Champagne de Rock as well. I want to thank everybody for the love and support. Everybody have a wonderful evening, morning, and afternoon. Peace out. Much love.